So I just watched about 2 hours of Geoff Keighley's Summer Games Fest little shindig. I was not planning to make a video for the next 2 months. I was actually going to take the next 2 months off to retire and go off into the sunset and never be seen again. But it seems Geoff Keighley has brought me out of retirement because there's a few reasons why I'm upset by this showcase. As a massive fan of Geoff Keighley's showcases, it brings me no joy to say this because I think his level of enthusiasm for gaming as an art form and how it should be celebrated as a medium that everyone should love is truly commendable, and there's not anyone else in entertainment quite like Geoff Keighley. His passion is so palpable, and you gotta love him for it, but sometimes he can also put together a really bad show, and tonight he put on a really fucking bad show. I have many things to say. One of them quite funny. The other one's just genuine hot takes with what Summer Games Fest has turned into. Because it's not E3. Let's be real here. This is not put on by the ESA. This is put on by Geoff Keighley's team that does the Game Awards. It is not the same showcase. It doesn't. The thing about E3 that was so exciting about it was it didn't feel like just a press conference of bulletin news announcements. It felt like a show, and that's what makes the Game Awards fun. Is the Game Awards is a show with bulletin board announcements. It's not just one or the other. The problem with Summer Games Fest, that has been a problem since it started a few years back, is that it is just a bulletin board of announcements of games with nothing to break it up. It has no entertainment value. It has nothing exciting or fun. It's just, hey, here's another fucking live service game. Hey, look, it's Fortnite. Woo! You know, I'm not shitting and coming over Fortnite events. You know, I'm just not. I'm sorry, Donald Mustard or whatever the fucking Epic Game Store guy is. I'm not shitting and coming over it, okay? But you know what I am shitting, farting, and coming over? The Wolf Among Us 2. Where the fuck is it? So this is the real reason I'm making this video, because it has been 6 goddamn years since The Wolf Among Us 2 was announced at the Game Awards 2019, and Geoff Keighley has some sort of attachment to the development of this game. I know that because he personally hosted the game, well, the quote-unquote reveal of the game in 2022. But he hosted that, and it was a completely separate thing from the Game Awards or Summer Games Fest. He just did that for that one game. That tells me a lot. That tells me that he has some sort of connection with the developers more so than just a business deal. He has some sort of thing to gain from this. I could be wrong, but I would heavily doubt I'm wrong, because why else would he dedicate a whole showcase to this one game that was highly produced as well? So I have a few problems. Number one, where the hell is this game? Number two, this is one of my most anticipated games in all of gaming. And it's so infuriating because a show like this, and this, I'll tie this back into Summer Games Fest, because there is a point I'm trying to make here. With a show like Summer Games Fest, you have to get people excited by showing announcements or teasers for projects that are in the works, right? The problem is they don't focus on new announcements or really games that are like heavy hitters or big ticket items, because the thing is they primarily focus on the indies, which I love indies, but you can't do a show of indies and then one giant game at the end. And the reason is because it doesn't keep people watching, and people don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. People want to watch the heavy hitters at a show like this, and obviously I want indies at Summer Games Fest and the Game Awards, but there's also a time and place for separation of those things, as well as time for both to live in harmony and peace and live into the gamer night sky. At these shows, it doesn't happen. It's usually primarily indie and then one Resident Evil 9 at the end, which is what happened to this show. And I'm like, okay, so you expect me to watch 2 hours of Fortnite trailers and Marvel Rivals and Epic Game Store ads giving you 20% more in Epic Rewards and all this garbage, and then I get one little treat at the end. Like, come on. I know that's the play, but like with the Game Awards, at least you have the awards, at least you have the musical moments, at least you have something that makes it worth watching. It's not just a fucking commercial. I'm not gonna watch this show again. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time watching a 2-hour blatant commercial that doesn't even respect gaming or gaming history. The reason you get away with it with the Game Awards is it's a fucking award show. It's not that complicated. It really isn't. You just can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have a Game Awards with ads and then have an ad show. You can't just do that. You pick and choose. You do both. You don't just do the ad show. You don't do commercial block, the movie. I'm not watching a movie of commercials. I'm sorry. I'm not. Go fuck yourself. It's terrible. It's a horrible show. And it's, I love, there was one part of this show that was so funny to me when, I think it was when they showed the James Bond logo and everyone was screaming because they thought they were going to announce something huge, right? And it was an update for Hitman 3, which, don't get me wrong, is exciting, right? But when you show the 007 First Light logo, you expect them to show a new James Bond trailer like they did at State of Play, but they totally don't. They don't do that at all. They just say, oh, let's not do that. Come on, show something of significance. And I don't blame Geoff for the reveals he got. He's dealt the hand he gets by the studios. But like, if you can't get the goods, then don't put on the fucking show. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. If you don't got the goods, you don't have anything to sell. Okay? You just don't. Okay? It's just fuck. I'm angry watching that. I'm truly angry. I'm like, I haven't been this heated since I did the Call of Duty Vanguard video a few years back, where I'm borderline like furious in that video, but I'm like spicy as well. That's where I'm at with Summer Games Fest. I think that was a miserable piece of shit. I could not believe I wasted my time with that. The Xbox Showcase usually is better, which is also shocking to say because Xbox has been on a downward spiral. But I'm hopeful. I am very hopeful that the Xbox show will redeem this weekend because, oh my god, what a terrible show this was. Yeah. Please don't. Please be better. Please, 2025 Game Awards, you have to be better than this, right? You just gotta be. Right? Oh no. It's not gonna be better, is it?